How are you?
I'm fine.
Yesterday I was contacted on Facebook by a guy I don't know. I just clicked, and he wrote that for years he hated me because of the stuff I was writing back then about role-playing games. He hated my vision of playing role-playing games. He hated all the things that I said back then, 15 years ago, when I was writing role-playing games. And a few weeks ago he actually read the stuff that I was writing back then, because first he knew it only from second hand, from the people who were telling him about my writing. So finally he read my role-playing games and articles, and he says he loves it, and he's just contacting me to say that he's sorry that he was hating me for so many years, and that I was the bad guy in his vision, and he's sorry, and he says high five, he loves my stuff. So internet is a crazy and strange thing. After 15 years the guy contacts me and says he's actually sorry.
Alright, ooh baby, just hold tight. We're up at the moonlight.
What are you playing?
Tribes of Apocalypse.
Feel just right. Just look at that bright light. Believe in the magic, and it can save you from your past. This bond is always.
Since this week you will see even more Asha in the Portal Games Informant and in Bureaus, because since September she will be coming to Portal Games Office twice a week to force me to playtest even more and to playtest with me. We are now working on the expansion for the Imperial Settlers, and then we have 51st State expansion, then Alien Artifacts expansion, and then the campaign for Robinson Crusoe. We have a lot of work with Asha, and besides that she's taking control over all the submitted prototypes you are sending to us, and she's preparing them to play with me. You can see right now, basically you can go there and see right now another prototype submitted and set up, and I will be playtesting it in a moment. Asha is preparing this to make it more efficient, and we can now playtest more submitted prototypes from you, hoping that we will find some game that will win Spiel des Jahres in upcoming years. So send us good games, please.
Just dance. What you gonna do? We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Maybe you got me. Believe in the magic. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Maybe you got me. Believe in the magic.
Hello, you can stream Portal Games, and this is a new Empire pack, Asha and me preparing for you new set of cards: Romans, Barbarians, Japan, and Egypt. More to come.
No Aztecs and Atlanteans.
Next week. Hello, last Informant, we promised you that we will show you the behind the scenes look at the First Martians app. This is how it looks from our perspective. It looks very, very ugly, as you can see, but this is technical stuff, so it doesn't have to look pretty, it has to work. We have all the events, all the adventures, all the missions, all the quests, and all the campaigns. And on the example, for example, let's go for the critical damage, how it looks. It has a tag hardcore, that means it is a very difficult event. So we have a title of the event, we have which facility will be influenced in the malfunction phase, or workshop, living, or services. We have a fluff type, because sometimes fluff is shown in a different way. Then we have the fluff window where we put some flavor text. If we need more space for the flavor, we have additional space for that. And then the three windows that are crucial for the game: the main rule of the event, the easy rule of the event, and the hardcore rule of the event. So each event has these three versions, as you guys know, depending on the difficulty level you play. and then we have the event action that we can do. So once again, the name of the action we can do, the actual action we do, and sometimes there is some pop-ups that gives you some surprises when you do this action. Tags, this event has a tag hardcore, guess why? And then the very, very important thing, the threat window. So as you know, if you will not finish the action, the event action, there might be future consequences, as we call them in a rulebook. Future consequences means that bad shit will happen, and these 3 windows are dedicated to that. So if players decide to not do the cleaning after accident action, there will be 1 bad situation, put a very bad token on the garage hall, and then even additional 1, once again, every damn small noise and everybody looks up, and people will have to discard the morale token. So in this event there are 2 threats, there may be even 3 threats as a follow-up future consequences. So guys, you better do these actions because this is really, really very dangerous for you. So this is how event looks like. The adventures looks similar. Once again, the count of the card, the title of the card, which deck, exploration, gathering, building, and research. So the app knows when to draw the event, the flavor text, the rules text, and then if there is any consequences later on, once again, the title of the consequences and the rules. So this is precisely great idea, great example that there is something happened. You found something during the exploration, something happened, but what is more, there will be continued story with that situation. Once again, sometimes we can add the tags, and here you see this window. These windows means that players will have to make decision during the adventure. So some adventures ask player a question, yes or no, and depending which answer players will give, the adventure will change in the future consequences. So once again, there are hidden options for the players sometimes in adventures. We have missions, for example, make yourselves at home, and all the other missions and campaigns and other things. Title, type of the mission, building, exploration, research, or campaign. How many rounds for the less players. How you win the mission in this situation, objectives done, so we just have to finish the objectives in time. Threshold value, so how many red broken paths you can have. And then there's an intro, so flavor text once again, more intro if we need that. There's outro, if you win the mission, congratulations, not only did you learn how to play the game, blah 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 blah. We have dedicated fact, so each mission has dedicated fact in-app dedicated to this particular mission, how to build backup card. This is dedicated for this mission. And then there's this whole engine of the First Martians. So these are which tags, which cards the app has to take for this particular mission. So for this make yourself at home, the introduction of the tutorial mission, you will have 1 card that is dedicated to morale, 1 card dedicated to production, 1 card dedicated to weather, 1 card dedicated to some obstructions. So we want to teach you how the game works, and that's why we chose these tags to be used in this mission. Sometimes we can add precisely some events if we need something pre-constructed in one of the missions. It is happening in the campaigns without too much spoilers. Quests, all the quests for all the missions. I don't want to open that to spoil you, so I don't want to show it to you. And campaigns, we have at this point we have 2 campaigns in the game. The title of the campaign, the intro, the outro, and all the missions in the campaign, and then we can import, export the data. So our partners, publishers in France, in Germany, in Spain, in Italy, get this file, translate it, and then we upload it to the app, and people in France, Italy will play the game. So as you can see, it looks very, very ugly, but this is the whole engine behind the game, and this is how we work. In most cases, Marek is updating the app. Previously it was Peter, but he left company some time ago. It was like 2 or 3 months ago. So now Marek is updating the app. Sometimes I help, but basically I hate computers. So if I can not do this, I don't do this. Thank you for watching. I hope it was interesting for you to see the First Martians app from this side. And if you have any questions, we are happy to answer them in the comments. Bye bye.
Guess we are living proof of love at first
Hello, welcome to Portal Games, and I want to thank my fans and Portal Games fans because we just received a package, a small envelope, and in this envelope there is Ignacy, and there is all other people involved in the First Martians project, so Greg Polewka, my tester and production manager, Marek Spychalski, my main tester along with Mary for the game, and Ralph, Arthur, director, the guy who designed the whole First Martians. We just received this yesterday. I was not in the office yesterday. From Sławek. Thank you so much. Once again, every single time I say how much I value all the kind gestures from you guys. And now I will be playtesting this stupid game with actually Ignacy. And Marek will playtest the game with his very own board. Thank you. We have 2 million of promos for you, and we will not bring that present, sorry.
This is the most boring meeting ever.
And we have a new turn test for you, for us. Hello, Portal Games. Thank you for watching Portal Games Informant, and once again I really appreciate if you can share with your friends, if you can tell your friends that you like the show. Next week we are going for the vacation. We are going, almost all the company goes for the long weekend to play board games, so we will be shooting some interesting stuff, and you will see our team in a more casual environment, playing games, having fun and drinking beer, me drinking tea. And so for now, thank you for watching. Please share with your friends, and see you next time.